So consistency on autopilot, align your AI with memory. So over the past couple of years, we've seen how AI has allowed us to increase our productivity. But copy pasting prompts is getting painful. So how do we supercharge this experience with memory? Recall, optimize, and customize your AI experience and make every interaction count. Hi, I'm Shen. I'm the co-founder of LaunchLemonade and director of Scale That Thing. I specialize in growth strategies, product marketing, and product development, and I help businesses and teams become AI first, saving a lot of time and money to launch ideas and scale. For those of you who aren't familiar with LaunchLemonade, LaunchLemonade is your Canva for AI applications. We've onboarded over actually 1,500 businesses now, and we've seen over 100,000 unique conversations, and we are now global. Woohoo! Our mission is simple: no one gets left behind in the time of AI. And we're delivering this through our platform, which is language model agnostic. I think we have now 20 language models on the platform. We're multimodal, so text to text, text to image. We do audio to audio now too. We've got search functionality. You can white label and monetize from your AI. We've got memory and streaming, and an API endpoint allowing you to complete actions. We've delivered a lot of masterclasses over the past 3 months now, I think, from documentation to assistance to strategy. We've got email sequence and Facebook ads coming up, and we have building your own product manager AI coming soon as well, multi-LLM workflows, and many more. So why memory building matters? We want our responses to be consistent. We want to even increase the efficiency gains even more. And we want each output to be aligned to our brand voice. So what I'll be walking you through, hopefully in the next, my goal is 15 minutes, give you an overview of the fundamentals of memory building, a step-by-step guide on how to set it up, and a demo of how I've set it up myself. My guess is it's a play on large language model. To be honest, it wasn't, but we're now gonna own that. It is LLM, LaunchLemonade. So how memory works in LaunchLemonade. So there are, I would say, 3 levels of memory functions within the LaunchLemonade. The first is the core memory, or at the profile level. So the core memory is tied to your personal profile or account. So each account, each creator has its own core memory. It acts as a central memory hub, capturing consistent settings, preferences, and brand voice, if you store that in, applying across all AI agents you use. So why does it matter? This ensures that every tool you create moving forward, if it's got memory function on, will align with your foundational preferences, streamlining brand consistency across all interactions. So if you go to your dashboard, go to your profile account, and it's the last tab in your profile account. That's where you can access and add to your core memory. Now, we also have Lemonade-specific memory, and these come in 2 forms. One, as a knowledge base. Each AI agent or Lemonade can be set up with its own knowledge base, housing specific information and data that it might need to draw on independently. Whether that's blog posts, examples of LinkedIn posts, data sets, you can use that as knowledge base. So every time the AI tool, agent, assistant gives an output, it would always consider that knowledge base. We also have a memory feature within an AI tool. So this means if you toggle it on, it will remember previous conversations. And I know Dorta has been playing a lot with that memory function, which is fascinating, by the way. But basically, if you have that toggled on and your AI Lemonade is customer facing, it will also remember context of conversations for your end user's account. This matters because it enables AI to recall specific user interactions, making each tool smarter and more intuitive over time. Are there any questions so far? Cool. So how do these memory features work together? Your core memory guides the overarching tone and style, while Lemonade-specific memories adapt to unique tasks, demands, making each agent responsive and fine-tuned to its purpose. So I just wanted to give you an overview of the core memory framework example that I've used for my demo. I've added mission and vision, content style and formatting, tone. You could even also add your content pillars, vocabulary, KPIs, values and principles, brand, voice, do's and don'ts as well. And then for Lemonade specific ones, I'm going to give you an example where I've scraped my website data and used that as its core memory as well in a form of a knowledge base. So I'm ready for the demo. Great. Nice. The demo. Okay, so for this demo, I've built some 2 lemonades and 1 flow that I'll be showing you where I've used my core memory function. So I've never demoed a flow before, I think, in this masterclass. I'm quite excited for that. But let's start with the blog writer. So I'm gonna first show you an output. So I've interacted with this lemonade, and I'm simply gonna say, write a blog about why no code is great. What I expect it to do, if it works, is that I will draw from my core memory and from its Lemonade specific memory, the outline, my tone of voice, my vocabulary, and write a blog based on those instructions and core memory. So if we're reading it now, why no-code AI is your business's new best friend. So I've instructed in my core memory, my brand voice is very accessible, friendly, and it's understood that instruction quite well. Ever felt like AI was this exclusive club where only coding wizards could get past a velvet rope? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm reading it quickly now, and I think it's quite aligned with my brand voice, and it's also understood what we're offering. So you can automate data analysis. And are there any questions so far? This is an example of my core memory framework. I've got my mission and vision, tone, brand guidelines, content pillars. And then for the Lemonade specific, as some of you know, you can upload documents, upload data types, or scrape content from websites. And the example, the demo that I gave was my blog writer. I simply asked it, write a blog about why no code is great. That's the prompt that I gave, and was able to outline why LaunchLemonade is great for you. It's even given a link to our website to sign up a free trial, encourage people to join a community. So it has loads of rich context about LaunchLemonade. And how I built that, so I'm going to show you now. On my core memory function, within my core memory function, I've added my mission, vision, content style, approachable and fun, for example. I've also added example formatting. So this is it within my core memory. My values and principles, my audience types, and that's it. Within my audience types, yeah, I've got like an outline of my audience types and the key phrases that my audience type uses. So this is ideal for brands who has clear brand guidelines, established brand guidelines that you can add in your core memory. Any questions so far within the core memory?
It's Mark here. What happens if you have a core memory and then you have another memory in a Lemonade and maybe they don't necessarily match? Do you know what happens there?
It might get confused, but that's why you have to be specific then about your prompt. So, for example, I have in my main account, my personal account, I must have 30 projects in there for different brands. So whenever I prompt, I specifically ask, this is a LaunchLemonade project. or this is a client project. This is my, so then it has context about what project I'm working on.
Okay, so you can name the memory, the project name, for example.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Which LLM has core? Every LLM we have will have its core memory. So the core memory is account level. Okay, so this is my blog writer. So it also has its own Lemonade specific memory, and that is in the form of our website. So it has it knows what, it has our blogs, pricing, other content within our the feature set as well. So it's able to always draw information from this Lemonade specific knowledge, which I don't have to add my core memory. Okay, so the next example that I'm then gonna show you is my social media post planner. This also will draw out from the core memory what we are. So can you create a 5-day plan for me? So I don't even say, social media, or I don't even say, well, it might ask me some follow-up questions, but how I've designed this is it already knows our core values, what the brand is. Like for example, this one I don't think I've added knowledge to it, but it's just pulling information from my core memory. So if you want to heavily rely on the memory function, I think the core memory is the best place to add information in. So for example, I just added a prompt. Can you help me create a 5-day social plan? I haven't given it context, no prompt, but it's given me LinkedIn, Instagram schedule for the next 5 days. And like it's also using my hashtags. Any questions on this before I proceed to flow? Exactly, which I was just about to show you. This is our
I can imagine, yes.
So I've created a simple workflow using Claude and NVIDIA's Nemetron. So Nemetron was released 2 weeks ago, and apparently it's really good, and I'm still testing it to definitively say. But how I've designed this is the first agent will write the blog, and the second agent will check for brand consistency and voice and give me suggestions on how to improve it. And you can add and you can build, many steps in your workflow. But for this example, to make it simple, this is just a 2-step workflow. So what I'll do is, can you write a blog about why non-techies should learn about different LLMs and how they can use LaunchLemonade to do that. Simple task, simple instruction, and now both AI tools will work simultaneously to give me my desired output. I know some people who are testing out building editorial teams within their workflows, and board councils as well, and executives. So now we have Claude writing the blog. It's titled Why Every Non-Techie Should Care About LLMs and How to Master Them Easily. Let's be honest, when someone mentions large language models or LLMs, do your eyes glaze over? Blah, blah, blah. Mentions LaunchLemonade, how we make it super easy to understand. Yes, well done. And it's written an okay blog from first glance. Now, what I normally do is, before I publish, I edit, of course, but now I have the brand voice consistency checker. While it's producing that, I'm gonna answer, I think someone raised their hand, but let's just see what Nemetron said. It's actually being an editor. So it's saying, okay, aligns with LaunchLemonade's approachable tone. It's giving me feedback. It's giving Claude feedback. Great, empowering, checks out. Suggestion, use super refreshing to align with LaunchLemonade's preferred vocabulary. So Nemetron is now giving us suggestions on how to improve it. It's even grading if it's good, okay, or excellent, and more suggestions. yeah, so I'm impressed. Any questions?
Does it handle multi-AI agents?
Multi-AI agents. It's a multi-LLM workflow. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you clarify?
So when an agent, for an example, like it goes and creates content, right? For an example, then that output you send it over to another agent which does something very specific. For an example, it's a social media manager, for an example.
Exactly, you can build that. Yeah. I built one where it defines a problem statement, then generates a product roadmap, and then infrastructure, and then generates a code. I built a flow like that as well, for those of you who are slightly technical. And thanks for joining us today. I'll be sending the link of the recording, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, definitely we'll be back again on the next one. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.